Yeah, no, so what's the price?
Yeah, beautiful. It's exactly what we're going to get into. I want to get you the exact pricing, the term, what your rollout is going to get, right? Because our end goal is to help you get the referral partners to get you the money. Obviously, it's a little bit different. You know how it is. We have companies, they'll have, five, six salespeople. Some are just all, owner bed. So just so I can kind of customize the best proposal for you, if you can give me a bit of context. In terms of like the work capacity right now, are you just the main person that would be going out? Like if I called, found your plumber, and he said, "Yeah, I'm interested. I want to talk to the owner. I want to do business." Are you going to be the one that talks to him, or is it going to be someone else?
It's me and a partner.
Okay, cool. Like, what would that process look like?
We would basically just go out. It's either me or him, who would take those meetings, but it
Amazing.
wouldn't be anybody else.
Okay, perfect. I love that. We love that. And have you done like, have you formally signed on some people? Like, is there an agreement that you have? Like, do you currently have like plumbers on like, air quotes payroll, or is this a bit more of like a newer journey?
I would say on the newer side, we don't have formal agreements, but we have referral partners.
Okay. And is there a reason you guys didn't go after it more solely, or because I know you mentioned you're just relying on word of mouth, but what's going to stop you from going to get some more partners?
Just kind of got busy, you know. We already have a marketing team. Jobs started coming up, so we never really explored that side.
Okay. And then what happens when the slow season comes? You know, it's always around the corner.
Of course, yeah. You know, sometimes we get hit with the scarcity of jobs in those one-off months, so just
Okay.
part of the
And then,
game, right?
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And hopefully it doesn't have to be the norm, right? We're trying to get people out of the game. We're trying to get them into a new game. We want to make sure that they don't have the scarcity that comes up. And, a big portion of that is having additional sources to get you jobs. And obviously, I'm assuming you've looked at like Google Ads and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You've seen, heard about it. Um, we focus on the one thing that's tried or true. We know this. We have clients that do 10, $20 million that run it. We have earlier guys that we just started with that are, 500,000, $1 million, like brand new, basically into business. And end of the day, across the board, regardless of the market, regardless of the city, the age, anything, team capacity, 1, 2, 10. It's the unequivocal truth. Like referral partners are the most predictable and consistent way to scale the business. It's in addition to everything that they do. So before I kind of like break down some of the things here, I guess for you guys, like, does it even at this stage, like if you had a process and an end-to-end system that pre-sold these guys, found them for you, and booked them in for appointments with you, is that something that you guys would even like run towards, or is that something maybe a little bit further down the line?
I mean, if it's something that's that's gonna definitely give us an ROI, the idea sounds interesting for sure.
Well, you tell me if you had more plumbers and property managers on payroll, do you think you're going to get an ROI?
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't seem like it's the right thing for you. So what's flowing through your head? What's the
No,
right
just, never really explored this before with our team, so it's kind of like on the newer
like
side, I
newer
would say.
thing? Okay,
So I guess I'm just concerned
okay,
about the investment up front.
of course, yeah. Well, I could tell you, our guys starting out and our seasoned guys, we've never had the money be the issue. The main problem that we see, and sometimes a lot of the reasons that we have to disqualify people, is they don't have the capacity to keep up the work, or if we get them like plumbers or property managers, they can only do like one type of job. So there's a bit of restriction. So, and maybe I'll give you a little bit more context on this because, it needs to make sense. So right now, if you look at the resto business, you guys just kind of get the random like word of mouth. Someone calls you, Googles you, that kind of thing. Like I just looked you guys up and, you have some reviews. So there is an initial foundation. But obviously, you're losing a lot of calls and stuff to your competitors that are outspending you on marketing, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, with all of that, the big distinction is we have to go look at, okay, well, we have the stuff that comes in through Google. Then you got, the only other three ways to grow it is, you're gonna run ads and I'm assuming maybe run it, heard some horror stories or tried it yourself. Have you guys run ads at all before?
We're doing Google right now and a bit of Facebook.
Oh, one of the crazy ones. You're doing some Facebook. Okay. That's the biggest dice roll. I love it. So when you look at all of those, right? These are all good. Like definitely Google better than Facebook in most cases because they're at least search based, intent based, and it does get expensive. Like I don't know what you guys' breakup is. Are you doing the pay per click, LSAs? If any of those mean anything to you, are you doing SEO? Are you doing Google My Map Pack? Do you have kind of idea of like what the Google per se setup is or no?
I know we're doing the SEO. That's about it for mine. The marketing guy's kind of taking care of that
Oh,
for
okay.
me.
And you're the one paying their payroll, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure if we get you on and you're a fit, that we'll make sure you know everything that you're getting and you see dollar to dollar of what you're making back from the investment, right? So you get the SEO, all of those things, we always promote those as like a good add-on. They're like an add-on to the business. Like it's a long-term play, gives you that brand recognition eventually over time. Just the tough part is there are some companies that like will take a company's annual revenue and they'll spend that monthly into marketing, right? And with the SEOs and all those things, it's like it is a bit of a race to the bottom because generally the person who outspends the most kind of just outranks everyone. So it is rigged a little bit. So we always have to go look at and how do we find the unfair advantage to make people win and dominate. And that's how a lot of some of like the smaller and the mid-sized players get a fighting chance. And generally, it's not going to be trying to outrank someone in SEO. You can beat them in the reviews by like doing like quality work, things like that. So we try to kind of like shortcut the path, and a lot of that is going to come down from relationships. So like right now, you guys do a lot of the word of mouth, like people refer you, bring you to business, right?
Yep.
In addition to like what comes in. So we're kind of essentially manufacturing the same thing, right? All we're looking to do is we're going to plumbers and think about like property managers and think about ABC and right, those guys in their day-to-day jobs, like what they do on a day-to-day, they run into opportunities that they can't sell themselves, right? So they run into like, oh, this thing happened in one of my buildings, or this thing happened in so and so. They can't go and capitalize on the money. So what are they going to do? Say, oh, go Google this person. Guess what? There's nothing in it for them. So for them, it's like a side hustle. They're like, hey, I just do my job and then I find these opportunities. And if I can give them to someone reliable and dependable and I get a kickback, it's just free money for them. Okay. So we go find those people that are in positions that run into these jobs that need someone that they can rely on. Right. So part of it is obviously for our end, if we're going to go and find all these partners, we just got to make sure we're giving them to the right fit, which is why we're qualifying you guys up front to make sure it actually makes sense. Okay. And the idea is some of them are already partnered up with someone, some of them are not. But a lot of times, if someone's with like a big company, they hate the relationship because they're just like they're just like a number sign. They're not respected, they're not treated well, they don't talk to them. It's just like, hey, go kick rocks. Okay. So we find it very easy to flip those guys and bring them onto our clients as an example, because usually they're smaller, more tight knit. Like, are you guys more like a family based kind of culture? Like you guys kind of all know each other, work pretty closely, or is it pretty isolated, a bunch of subs and no one talks to anyone?
No, 100%. It's been the same team for like the last 5 years, pretty much.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. See, like tight, we love that, like that tight knit culture stuff, because when a partner comes in, they like feel part of it. They're not in this like huge org and they're just gonna get tossed around. So with a lot of that, right, it's about okay, we're building the relationships, we're outbound in those people, right? So our job is we're a fractional sales team and a marketing team. Okay, so we go and represent our clients. So we take all their branding, their messaging, their naming, everything about them, and then we go and pre-sell those people. So imagine like right now, if you had, I don't know, maybe like imagine if you had like 12 to 13 sales guys on payroll, like proper sales guys, not like some 18-year-old there. I'm talking about like competent sales development reps, BDR, like the managers, all of that, right? And those guys that are on your payroll, their only job was to go prospect and get you new business. Okay, so obviously we can't go and like go break into a home and flood it and then get you a job. So we get the next best thing. We get the people, the partners, the affiliates, as we call them, that would be in the positions to get you those jobs. Okay, so we go prospect, we market, we sell, we get them, and then once they're like, yeah, I'm interested, I want to partner up. Like, what does it look like? How do I work? That's when we pass them on to our client. Okay, so our main deliverable is as fractional sales and marketing team is we go sell, prospect, qualify. We do all that fun stuff. And the key thing is, if you know, have you guys tried to like go do like the cookie drops? It's a pretty common thing that people will go to like an office and drop some cookies or donuts. You guys ever tried any of that kind of stuff?
With some of the referral partners we have, we only have like a handful. Yeah, we sometimes go and do that for them.
Cool. Okay. So that's like what everyone and their grandma does, right? Go try to bribe these people, go kiss their feet, go beg them. Like it's a very low status, low frame positioning. And like those companies and teams just take advantage. Like, fuck, these guys are suckers. They're going to keep, trying to wine and dine us, and we're just not going to give them anything. Okay. So they edge you on. So we kind of flip that where our clients aren't like begging and desperately going after them because we now go and take those people and we turn them into inbound opportunities, inbound leads. Okay. Because now they're coming to us saying, hey, I want to partner up. I want to talk. Let's meet. So it's a very easy conversation. So when we connect you with them, it's not like, hi, who are you? It's they know why they're there for, and they could just go talk business. Okay. So in all of that, it's like, okay, cool. Um, let's build these relationships. Let's get these people captivated. Let's get them bought in. And then once they're with you, um, obviously everyone, our clients, everyone's going to tell you they're the most experienced in all of that. And, we put egos aside. We have generated tens and tens of millions of dollars doing this for our clients. So we obviously have the process, how to have the conversation, how to sell them, how to objection handle them, how to talk to them based on the industry. We have everything documented A to Z. And we don't care to be right. We don't care about egos. We care that our clients make money. Okay. So I share that, egos aside, that we don't just provide all the opportunity. We build the whole system, engine, process from training, managing, role play, coaching, supporting founders, owners, team managers, salespeople, everything end to end to go and help them make money and close deals. Okay, so whether it's needed or not, there is that added support because we don't want to just give you the layups and the opportunity. We also want to make sure that you capitalize. And at the end of the day, we don't care if you follow your own process or you follow ours, as long as you're closing and making money. Like no one's ever going to complain. Okay, so the end all is the end to end. We go find them, prospect them, sell them, pre-market them, get them to you, and I'm not making any income claims here, Raul. That's like the worst thing to ever make. But I could just share, like, it's so different, right? Like, have you guys had any of your referral partners pay you any money yet, or is it all a little bit newer?
No, that's definitely a bit newer for sure.
Cool. It's a, it's a four. It's like it's a thing that's always going to pay out. When you just stack it, right? We have clients that'll go maybe month one they don't make anything. Month two or three, boom, they get $120,000 job. We have people that'll go get 10, 15 jobs in 3 weeks. We have people that'll get 50 grand of work in their first 3 days, and we have people that'll take them a couple months, and then they'll hit like massive payouts. So it kind of always going to vary. And the whole idea is now we just rig the game that we're just going to help you get partners and partners, sign them on month after month after month. And now you just have a whole army working there for you that like we make it, you know, uh, pretty hard not to hit home runs and just bring in some serious cash into the business over the time of the program. Right. So does that like as I share that I know I covered a whole lot. Like what kind of what kind of are you taking away or what's landing or where am I losing on some of it?
No, I definitely see the value in definitely building up that partner network. Just a question to us, like how much do you think it's going to cost for our business?
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of get you some of that's really what we want to do. We do customized proposals for every client. And I understand, I appreciate it. It's always like, cash flow might be tight, like to have money to invest, all of that. Um, I just want to be like abundantly clear with some of this. Okay. This really as a program does not have a cost. Like no matter what you end up investing, like you're always going to ROI as long as you show up and do the work. Okay. And so because I make it clear, like when we build your proposal, like our initial term is going to be a few months together. We want annual clients, but we obviously know that it's a little bit scary. Yes, we can show you all the results, and we've done this for 100 plus different companies. And, I'll send you all that stuff after this call. But sometimes it's like we want to date before we marry. Okay. So we start out in an initial dating phase, just help you make your money, see the value, all of that. And then it's like, cool. Then let's go ramp it up because it's not profitable in our favor to get you for a few months and then lose your business. That should be the stupidest thing we could ever do. And that's why we're doing the vetting because we want to make sure, hey, we set you up with a system, are you going to succeed? All of that. Do you have limitations on your end? They're going to compromise it. We'll dive into that. So
Do you currently have any partners in our area, Anas?
I wouldn't be talking to you if I did, my friend. Um, so with it, and we'll show you the mapping of it. We have outskirts, things like that. All of our clients are confidential, so we sign part of our agreements confidential. None of them want us. They don't generally, that's why you'll see a ton of testimonials, but not all of our clients, just because some of them, like we have franchises that we work with, we have master service agreements with them. We have people that are making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions topped on, and guess what? They don't. They don't want us to let the competition know because when we start out with someone at minimum, we start at a 500,000 population. So the service area we target is fucking massive. And you could just do math. If you look at your area, it's a couple territory spots and the whole area is closed up. Okay. So it's not like some weird fake urgency or scarcity or whatever. Like we have, I can tell you in your market, we have two spots. And whether it's you or one of your competitors, once we fill them, it's closed. And our clients don't churn, so it's not going to open up again. So the reason why we're having a conversation with you is we're vetting you and a few of your competitors, and we are very simple. We're on a first qualified, first served basis. So the first person that we meet that's qualified and we align with, we're going to send them an offer, and then we'll just ramp them up and be their sales and marketing partner. Okay. So part of this conversation was to just check in with you, Raul, to make sure that, hey, like if there was a way that we could show you, here's how we're going to help you grow the business. Here's how we're going to help you add on profits, monthly profits back into the business and build you something that's going to last, that's going to outperform over time, all the SEO, all that kind of stuff. Is that something that you're in a position that you're like, hey, if it works legit, I could dump, thousands right now to get this up and running? Or is it more like, maybe a couple $100 experiment type thing?
If it's definitely a long-term solution, for sure, I'd be willing to put a few thousand to get the growth out of our company.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So here's what I could do. Okay. And you tell me a rule. Obviously, we just met on the phone. Is this your cell number? Can I text you here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna text you, like, go creep us. I'll save you. So, we're not some fly by night, guys that just popped up. I'll give you all of our stuff. Go check out our trust pilot. Go check out our case studies. Go find all the dirt that you want on. Okay, we're pretty open book. Once you've done that, I'm gonna get you booked in, okay, on a call, and I'm gonna put you in with the territory manager. Okay, and the territory manager, they'll have drawn up everything, and I just got to confirm with you your service area and one other thing, and they'll come in and they'll do the full deep dive with you. Okay, nothing crazy. And then they'll actually it's on Zoom and stuff like that, and they'll be able to show you behind the scenes how the system works, what it looks like, what you could expect, the guarantee, all that kind of stuff. And assuming all things align, they're going to extend you a offer and show you how to get started same day.
Amazing. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay, cool. So Raul, a few things. In terms of the appointment, I have the email right now. Is that the main one?
Yep. Best
Okay,
one.
can you go check that right now? I just sent you an email. Let me know if you see it. You should see referral ninja. Just look up the word ninja. Tell me if you saw that. Maybe check your junk box.
Oh yeah, it just popped up. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Scroll all the way to the down. So that's a Zoom link. That's our invite. So just scroll all the way to the bottom. And then I just want you to hit. Do you see there's like a yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how yes, that just confirms the appointment. Otherwise, our admin team's going to cancel the appointment and close the application. Okay, so we're able to hit that.
Yeah. It's all
Okay,
good.
listen, we work with restos all day, every day, so we know shit gets a little bit crazy. So just knowing, I know we just said we're going to meet at Friday 2 p.m. Knowing what normally happens on your Fridays, like what do you see coming up at 2 p.m. for you on a Friday?
For now, 2 p.m. seems free, but I'd have to confirm that with you.
Okay. We are because the main thing, like, have you used Zoom before?
Oh yeah.
Or okay, okay, cool. Man, you never know, right? Sometimes people are new. Okay. We don't do like a hey, get a Zoom on the phone or in the truck. Like we're trying to do business. We're trying to build an annual relationship. We want to put a name to a face, and we're not going to judge you if your hair looks like shit. Just do you have will you be at the office? Like, do you have the computer and stuff set up there, or will you be more at home, or how's that gonna look at?
I'll be at the office, so
Okay.
should be time.
Okay, cool. So I just shared you my contact card. Okay. If you go click, I just sent you for my personal number. Okay, so what I was talking to was in report. That's what I sent you is my personal number. You also get messages from my work line. Okay, just open that, click save. You'll see a funny name. It'll say Raul. There'll be a ninja, an emoticon if you see that. That way, if something comes up, just search in your phone the word ninja, and then this way you'll be able to come find a direct line to. Okay, so I just sent that to you. You just got to click it, create the contact, and outside of that, I just sent you over the links. Okay, and just before we go, who else on your team Would this be helpful? Like someone who would, maybe have, I just want like someone else would have context that would be involved in this process or have some added value and questions or insights that we could loop in.
For sure, yeah, we have our partner. I can make sure that he's present during the meeting.
Okay. Okay. It's a lot more of just they'll see things differently, right? Like obviously you guys have different experiences, so we want as much, unbiased, like just come in, ask all your questions, good cop, bad cop, do all that kind of stuff, just to make sure everyone's fully on board. I'd hate, for us to get, line things up with you, and then, he has questions or he feels not part of the process. Do you know his schedule? Would he also be available at 2 o'clock, or should we find a different time?
Why don't we look at a different time? I'm not so sure about the schedule for this week.
Okay. Okay. When do you want to give him a quick ring and just see when you guys can sync up?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Friday works. Just spoke to him.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then I'll send him the invite. Can you just text me his email real quick and I'll just loop him into the invite as well?
Sure.
Okay. What final questions do you have for me, Raul?
Um, yeah, just curious to kind of see what you guys have planned out for our territory.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned you only do the one restoration company per area. So yeah, so that means you're currently not working with any companies in our area, right? Or
What's the real question you're trying to answer in your mind, my friend?
um, trying to understand some of the other companies that you've worked with in our area who have done the same thing or who you've been able to bring results to. I understand like they don't all want their information out there.
Yeah,
Um,
the results is or isn't an issue, right? Like if we decide to bring you on, someone else is going to ask, "Hey, who's in your area?" And if they're going to get the same answer, whether we have someone or not, but we're not going to disclose who. So the territory manager will show you what's available on the map. Okay, so we can't tell you who, but you'll just see what's serviceable and what's not. So you have an idea on the call. That's actually what they'll go through with. So
okay,
I,
sounds
I
good.
can't actually disclose that up front. So you can show up and they'll show you all the behind the scenes. Okay. My main thing, Raul, I sent you all this stuff. Send it to your partner. Go creep us. Go do your due diligence, just so we don't have to, go through formalities and things like that on the call. That we could just jump straight into it. Would that be helpful? I'm assuming you want to, like, get into it. Let's get to the pricing, all that fun stuff. How are we gonna make money together, right?
100%.
Okay. The easiest and quickest way, just do your due diligence on the work. Go check everything. Obviously you'll have some follow-up questions. We do our best to answer as much of it up front. And then we could just, jump into it, see the path of a healthy and prosperous business relation together.
Sounds great. Thank you for your time and us. Looking forward to Friday.
All right. God bless you. Appreciate you, my friend. We'll see you on Friday. Bye for now.
Damn.